Should you go to war to help a friend? Is it worth it? This is the 7-1 VidNotes. Mr. Deegan here in the D226 studios. It's learning target time. Write this down. I will understand in this lesson the causes of World War I. Why are these soldiers in this trench surrounded by barbed wire carrying a gun? Let's find out. World War I. It started in 1914. It ended in the year 1918. How many died? There were 8 million soldiers who died during World War I. If you calculate that out, that's 6,000 deaths every day of the war. They were fighting with machine guns, with gas masks to keep them from dying of the poisonous gas. What caused World War I? World War I was caused by competition among industrial nations in Europe after the Industrial Revolution. It was also caused by a failure of diplomacy. It's a tug of war between competitors. What is this word diplomacy? Let's define diplomacy. Diplomacy is the skill of negotiating a deal with another country. These two people are hopefully negotiating a deal. How did World War I change history? World War I transformed, which means greatly changed, European and American life. It wrecked the economies of Europe, and World War I planted the seeds for a second world war. Here you see two soldiers who are looking at the camera, but behind them is the ruins of a building. This war wrecked not just this one building, but thousands of buildings across Europe. Not a good thing. What factors led to World War I? We're going to be talking about different factors now. Factor number 1, alliances that divided Europe into competing camps. Please label your map. In blue, we have the Allied powers of Great Britain. Put an A next to it. France was an Allied power. Russia was an Allied power. And then the Central powers, the German Empire, put a C. The Austria-Hungary Empire, put a C. Italy, put a C. These alliances caused teams to form, and the teams wanted to fight each other. Factor 2, feelings of nationalism. Nationalism. This is your flag. It stands for liberty. Fight for it. This is the British flag. Factor number 3, European imperialism in Africa and Asia. Remember imperialism? When Europe is trying to divide up Africa and fight to establish colonies to gain raw materials, to feed its factories and make money. That led to imperialism, which led to World War I. Factor number 4 is militarism. It's the buildup of a country's military power. Before World War I, countries were starting to build their militaries. What sparks the start of World War I? It's a match that has ignited. And the ignition is the assassination of the leader of Austria-Hungary, Archduke Franz Ferdinand. Please label on your blank map Austria-Hungary. Austria-Hungary is allied with the German Empire. And here is France, Franz Ferdinand. Please label these two on your map. How was FF killed? Franz Ferdinand was killed by a secret military group in Serbia called the Black Hand. They did not like that Austria-Hungary took over parts of Serbia. Please label on your map Serbia, which is just south of Austria-Hungary here on your map. This is the logo of the Black Hand terrorist group. How was FF Franz Ferdinand killed? On June 28th, 1914, Franz Ferdinand and his wife, there's Sophie, there's France, were driving in a parade in the city of Sarajevo. A Black Hand terrorist named Gavrilo Princip, there he is, there's the terrorist, shot and killed both Ferdinand and his wife. There's Principe shooting point blank range about 3 feet away, both France and his wife Sophie. What happens after Franz Ferdinand is killed? Austria-Hungary declares war on Serbia. Then Russia declares war on Austria-Hungary. Next, Germany declares war on Russia to defend its ally, Austria-Hungary. In other words, it's a domino effect. People are backing each other, and slowly a small conflict among two countries is becoming a worldwide war. And that is it. That is the start of all of this, with the trench warfare and the barbed wire and the guns for 4 years. World War. We're almost done. Think of one question you'd like to ask about the information you have just heard. And when you're done, you are nearly done with 7-1. Don't forget that Canvas quiz. Remember the Canvas quiz. Canvas quiz, Canvas quiz to complete your 7-1 experience. This is Mr. Deegan. Until next time, see you later.